We're out here at the Fence Show and Security Expo in Las Vegas, and we have Brian Frederiksen, who is actually a fence installer and a gate operator installer and an access control installer in his day-to-day life. How'd you get into doing gate operators? And was it a side thing because you were already doing fence, or was it part of something that you actually wanted to do as a passion?
I don't think anybody's ever asked me that. You know, the very first gate operators I ever put in for Las Vegas Fence, I'd hire a guy that came out, and it was really expensive. You know, he'd come out for a day or so, and this was a long time ago, and it'd be like a couple $1,000s for the day.
Oh, yeah.
And it was worth it, because, I mean, it's the skill behind it. But he was out of town one time, and there was an issue on one of the gate operators, and he used to go and put this, like, I don't know if you remember the old Elite operators that had a plastic sheet in front of it, and then you could see the circuit board and stuff behind it. So after he installed it, he would just take a bunch of loose wires, different color, everything, and he'd fill that entire thing up to where you couldn't even see the circuit board. It looked like something from a space shuttle NASA would build to install an operator. So anyway, something was wrong, and I had to like turn it off or reset it. So I opened it up, and I started pulling wires out, dude. And it's just like 12-inch long pieces wadded up, all this. It was like a bucket of wire that was inside the operator. So I'm like, wait a minute. He's trying to make this look more complicated than it was. I ended up looking at a manual. I bought an operator, and I looked at the manual, installed it, and American Entry Control, there was a guy named Ray, and some people watching this might know, it was out of Southern California. He is the reason I know how to install gate operators. This guy was a distributor back then. I think he ended up selling it to Control Products or something like that. Nonetheless, he would sit on the phone with me. I'm like, Ray, what's up? And if I was in a jam, he would drive up from that area to bring me a couple operators or something. So tech call after tech call after tech call. Similar when people call you, Brooke. I hear you in there, and you're walking him through it, and he was patient. He sat with me. You know, hey, where's your meter? I would go. So
a little different
than you. Yeah. So he was like, I got my meter and stuff. That's how I got into it and started installing them.
At the Las Vegas Fence, you guys are still installing gate operators and gates.
On the commercial side, we don't do much residential.
Yeah, I've noticed that in some of your podcasts you talk about you don't do very little residential, and I'm the same way in my business. Very little residential, mostly commercial, industrial type stuff.
And chain link and iron out here, right?
All chain link and iron.
I love chain link.
Well, again, we don't do much residential. There's not a lot of calls for vinyl and wood on the commercial side. They do make some at the show here. Block wall out here is so cheap. Because there's so many masonry guys and there's so much block wall going in. It's really hard to compete with the block wall guys on that level.
Did you hear that we did that gate industry only meeting last night where we just got a bunch of the guys that are on the Facebook group?
I saw the pictures.
So we went out and toured the floor, and there were people that I'm still not realizing that are here that do gate operators, but we also voted for best gate operator and best gate operator accessory. So we had 4 categories.
Yeah.
So we had best residential swinger, best residential slider, commercial swingers, commercial slider for the gate operator. Nice. So guess who won that? Just take a wild guess.
Was it the gate monitor?
It was the gate.
No, we didn't have that one on there.
Oh, you'd have to go to gatemonitor.com to see what that was.
There you go. Yeah. Say shameless plug there. So that's what we always got to be marketing, right?
Awesome.
So they're going to be best gate operator of the show. Forget just giving them 4 awards. We'll just call them best gate operators. We didn't vote, and so it was really just non-biased. There were no rules, no anything like that. With Ramset and Automatic getting an honorable mention, and EMX, they won best gate operator generic accessories. So
you know who else makes a great accessory?
Would it be Gate Monitor?
Gate Monitor.
Gate Monitor. GateMonitor.com. Hey, well, tell us about
all the gates safer.
Tell us about the gate monitor.
Go back to yours thing though, real quick. And I'll get back to the gate monitor. Right. There's a lot of great operators here. I mean, we got BFT, Automatic, Viking, FAC,
it's 200%
Ramset. I mean, it's amazing. On top of Door King, Door King makes a great gate operator, but a lot of these guys too. I think if you got into how much this has evolved over the last few years, the DC motors and the brushless motors, these boards, and how smart they've become, they probably could almost all go up head-to-head against it. I think it comes down to a lot of preference, not necessarily which one's better. Sometimes it's just which ones you know how to install.
We didn't have rules for a tie because we were pulling these things out, and every single one was to the last vote.
I don't know, man.
And it was just like, I don't even know what we do.
I don't know. I think it was a tie. I think it was a tie. I think they all won.
So we didn't have PPA, we didn't have BFT.
Oh, PPA, that's right. BFT wasn't in there, so PPA as well.
Ramset. There's the one brand that's really new that I haven't pronounced with a caveat.
Camelot.
Oh, we didn't have American Art.
Yeah, Calumet. Yeah. That's right. Man, there was a lot of gate operators.
There is. Way more than last year.
And something.
So I am sorry if I missed somebody. There's no doubt.
So anyways, Brian, I know you have a lot of experience in the gate operator world, and now that you're talking about really making an effort to make gates safer with the gate monitor, I thought you would be a good interview.